teaching myself how to declutter slowly. So I was never really taught how to declutter. I was taught how to clean, but decluttering was something that I just didn't learn growing up, and that's by no means trying to shame or bash my parents. It just it just didn't happen. I think part of it was I didn't grow up with a lot of money, so for us to get rid of something, I think would have been, having to spend money on something again was probably not in the budget. So I am learning personally that I need to declutter for my own mental health and that it is honestly changing the way that I am living. When I say it's changing the way that I'm living, it is meaning personally for me, and I'm hoping that this gives you the motivation to also start, is I'm not wasting all of my time, my free time cleaning, because I don't have to move a lot of stuff around and I can see what I have. So I'm not buying things twice or three times because I can't find a box of Band-Aids in my closet. And it just is making me realize the less stuff I have is truly taking a mental weight off of me. And I know that it is in articles all over the internet and people say it left and right, but honestly, until I started legitimately making a decision saying, like, I am getting rid of things, I have to get rid of things, this is too much stuff, it is truly impacting me in such a positive way that I hope this gives you the motivation to just start with a drawer, start with a closet, your kitchen counters, something to help you feel like you again. So I did decide to block off time, and yes, I have to block off time. I blocked off time on a Sunday I went through more of my cabinets than what I usually do, and drawers, just because I had the time. So I went through our cups and mugs and glasses and all of that and just got rid of a few things. And we do have a camper, so I planned on putting some of the mugs in the camper. It's in storage right now, but I have totes that go in there anyway. And then I'm just cleaning up the silverware drawer, and I'm like, where are these pieces from? And they were to like a little grater. Any event. And I personally have been utilizing our town's Buy Nothing Facebook page, and that is something that you could also utilize as well if you're getting rid of things, but it's too good to throw out per se, it's not broken. I personally just post it on Facebook and I say porch pickup, XYZ, come get it, and I've been able to get rid of things in honestly like 15 minutes on Facebook. So that is one thing, and I don't even have to leave my house. That's even better because I'm the type of person that has the clothes in the garbage bag rolling around in the back of my truck for months. And that's just who I am. So if you want to come to me and get my stuff that I don't want, please, all day long, I will post it. This is one drawer. I need to find a drawer organizer or something. I'm not sure what, because it's chaos, clearly. So I need to look online, or if anybody has suggestions of what to get. I'm thinking of getting, and then the baby's hitting the tripod. Anyway, I think I might get a drawer, like the one that actually fits in the drawer and it's like customizable. If anybody else has a suggestion, please let me know. I'm open to it, but it just needs some definite attention. I avoided cleaning this part of the counter off for so long because it just is the catch-all. And any event. So my husband, a little bit about my husband. He is a blue collar boy. He's a blue collar worker. I got lockout tags on my counter. I got sulfur sticks on my counter, and neither of us smoke. And I got lighters galore. So it's the catch-all to where he puts his stuff down, his pens, markers, whatever else he has. So honestly, I have a hard time organizing it because I don't use it. So I personally don't want people touching my things that they're not using. And so I just tried to tidy this up the best that I could for him. And I ended up, he hasn't really said anything about it, so I'm assuming it's okay. But anyway, cleaned off the counter, got that done. And it just felt so good to actually have some more counter space in a very small kitchen. I had to drink my water and throw out the slime that a parent sent in for like a Halloween party. Yeah, no, slime's not allowed in my house. Say what you want about me. I don't care. Slime's not allowed. Any event, I asked ChatGPT to help me give me tips on decluttering. I think is how I worded it. Any event, this is what the chat said. The chat said start with the 5 things rule, and that is trash, put away the easy stuff, meaning duplicates or put away items, sorry. And then start with getting rid of the easy stuff. Duplicates or old items, then donate, then a relocate, and then an unsure pile. Now you do have to take care of the unsure pile, but at least it'll help you keep the momentum going. The chat also said, I call it the chat. Chat also said, set a 10 to 15 minute timer, which helps with burnout. Now, for me personally, I get in a groove and I don't want to stop. So I set my mind on saying I'm going to get the kitchen done today. And my goal is to get these cabinets done and these drawers done. And I see where I'm at after getting the cabinets done, and I'm like, you know what? I have the energy, I have the motivation, I'm gonna get other things done. For you, this may not work. For me, it does. Okay? We're all trying to make it here in this world. Start small, meaning a drawer, like I said before, your nightstand. That's another good place to start, or just one shelf. And it's just the small wins that are going to keep you motivated to keep going. The 1 touch rule, meaning you either keep it, you toss it, you donate, you sell it. And this should be when you go through your unsure pile, because you don't want an unsure pile because that is the clutter you are trying to get rid of. Give everything a home. Everything has a space. Create a declutter basket. And for me, that would be how I'm interpreting this is to grab a laundry basket. Most everybody has a laundry basket. And put everything go into one room, and if it doesn't belong there, go put it back where it belongs. And then if it takes less than 2 minutes to put it away, and set a 5-minute timer to reset. Now, I like doing that at night, especially my living room and my kitchen and my bathroom. So when I wake up in the morning, everything is ready and it's good to go, and I'm not waking up to total chaos, because if you have children and you try to get them ready for school and daycare, then you know what I'm saying. And it's just, if I trip over somebody's blanket, it just sends me into a bigger frenzy than what I'm probably already in. So those are some things that ChatGPT has said, and I hope that also helps you, because it has helped me. if one person takes anything from this video or my channel or anything, is give yourself grace. I am learning to give myself grace because decluttering and organizing is so much easier said than done, and people make it look so easy, and it's not when you're trying to teach yourself how to do it in the midst of life and how chaotic it is. But the effort is worth the reward, in my opinion. Like I've said previously, this has helped me mentally in terms of I don't feel as stressed out, because clutter, it takes up mental space, even if you obviously you don't, even though you don't see it all the time. Like I know my cupboards are a mess. I know I have stuff in my basement I need to go through. Do I sit down there every day and look at it? No, but I know it's there and it's weighing on my mind, and I don't want that it to affect me, hence why I'm here doing this. And I hope that you also will put that time in for yourself in order to get that reward too. I am going through our food cabinets, and I did have to throw some food away because it was way past my liking for an expiration date. Yes, I do use it within reason and depending on what it is. Anyway, another benefit of having a town Facebook page, a Buy Nothing Facebook page, is people are struggling right now. It's obviously it's everywhere, and that's another way of helping people directly, obviously, is, you know, if they need clothes or food or whatever extra things you have, or there's a newlywed couple starting out and needs, you know, housewares or whatever, you know, that's another good thing about Facebook. It gets slack, but you can help people, especially in today's world. No, you're probably going to lose sleep over this, so I'll just tell you, is I was talking to my husband doing this because, okay, we live in Western New York, and this time of year is a crapshoot if we're going to have no snow, 2 inches of snow, or 2 feet of snow. He was outside getting things done, and the weather forecast that we watched that morning said it was going to be 51 degrees and sunny. It was sleeting outside. And if you know, and I understand everywhere in the country has weather like this, you know, unpredictable, but legitimately, there was sunny and 51, nothing on the radar, and he's outside getting things done with our son, and they're soaked. They came in soaked, and I could hear the sleet hitting our windows. I'm like, oh my God, what happened? So he's like, I gotta stay inside for a minute. I'm like, well, obviously. So we were just talking about how we wish we could be, you know, meteorologists, because are they ever really right? I mean, occasionally, but I mean, they do their job wrong all the time and still show up to work. So I don't know. That might be a new dream job. This cabinet is my baking storage. Our house is too small. I've said this before. Anyway, I hide snacks from my kids up here. So my husband and I will, it's not that if my kids ask for it, I will 100% give it to them. But if it's readily available to them, they will eat it all in one sitting. So I do hide some things up here, and I'm just going through that. I don't really get rid of much, but I do break down the boxes. And this might be an unpopular opinion. I don't care for the Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes. I don't think they're that good. So don't come at me. I'm just telling you what I think. I'm not yucking your yum. I just don't care for them. So that I've been giving them to my kids and they're obsessed. So there we are. I wasn't fighting the flour container anymore, so it got a new home. That's what happened. I don't know why it doesn't fit. It did fit. Now it doesn't. It must have grown. If you're still watching, please leave a comment on where you are dreading the most to start decluttering. Mine isn't starting, mine is the basement. That's an area I despise. And a few reasons is I'm going to have to make decisions for sentimental items that I'm slightly dreading. And I'm not a basement dweller and I don't care to be in our basement. So that's another problem. I think it's kind of spooky down there, and I've had some spooky things happen recently in my house. So that's why I'm dreading it. But please let me know where you are also dreading to make me feel better. The next cupboard I'm going through is my baking cupboard, and I just want to point out, please check your expiration dates for your baking powder and baking soda, especially if you bake for the holidays. Mine was expired by 2 years, so that's embarrassing, but glad I caught that before all of my stuff didn't turn out. The dreaded Tupperware drawer. Now, I know I'm not the only one that just throws stuff in here and then pities the poor soul that has to open the door next time. I mean, spoiler alert, it's usually me. So, creating functionable and organization and something that I can keep up on is very much needed here. I'm trying my best. I am learning. I'm using other things. I'm using another container to organize the lids because I usually don't reach for that container. I mean, I should get rid of it, but it fits the lids nice. So if I don't have to go buy things, I'm not going to. Again, that's just me. Do you, boo? So I'm pretty much done with the Tupperware cupboard, I don't know, whatever it is. And I'm just going to finish cleaning up and getting rid of the items. I forgot to show the items I'm getting rid of. It was some mugs, meat thermometers, some utensils, and I posted them on Facebook and away they went. So I'm telling you, if you want an easy way to do stuff, and again, people come to you. If you wanted, they could come to you. So just giving a little word of advice there. And then you'll see my husband and my son both need to have their 15 seconds of fame and act like little buffoons. So enjoy my crazy family. One piece of advice that I think is very important, and it is to plan your dinner the day that you are planning on decluttering. I usually plan my dinners out anyway, but the day that it's usually the weekend, and I will either do a crock pot dinner, leftovers, or I'll prep dinner in the morning, and that way I can just throw it in the oven or whatever needs to be done, because the last thing I want to do is stop and make dinner, where I just rather put dinner together, if that makes sense. So I will highly encourage you to plan a meal around your decluttering schedule. And yes, I do treat our dogs like they are people and give them table scraps. Judge me all you want. I don't really care. They're good dogs. And I hope they don't hear me talking about them, because usually this is when they are absolute idiots. So generally most of the time they are pretty good dogs. So this is the end of today's video. I greatly appreciate you hanging in there with me and listening to my quirky self and my snarkasm, I like to call it. And I hope this gives you just some motivation to get things going and just start small, set a timer, or even use this video as a timer. It is longer than 15 minutes, so watcher beware. And I hope that you subscribe. And if you have made it this far, tell me your favorite NFL team if you watch football. Mine is the Bills. I hail from Buffalo, New York, so it's in my blood. And even when they're an embarrassment, I still love my Bills. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. And remember that you are worth putting time into yourself to make yourself feel better. You found the right girl. Hi, my name's Katie. I'm a mom of 3, and I am taking my house back. So this is our den, and we don't have a traditional mud room, or like entryway. So this is where everything gets dumped: backpacks, shoes, coats, car seats, everything. It's also where I work from home full time. So this is where my desk and computer is also located. So the room is like octagon. It's like half octagon. So it is, there's a lot going on in this little space. We are busting at the seams of this house and are looking to move rather sooner rather than later. So I am keeping that in the back of my mind and just trying to go through everything. A little bit about me. Like I said previously, I am a mom of 3. I have an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, and an 8-month-old who you will probably hear screaming in the background because I keep it real, just like my messes. It is what it is. And we are a very busy sports family. My son plays football, tackle football, travel baseball, and I don't even know what else. He's in a lot of things. My daughter does cheer, and I'm just cleaning out her cheer bag here. She had a competition last weekend, and of course I packed all the snacks, all the activities, made cheer pins, had the good luck ducks, everything. So the mess here is basically like the fallout from our sports over the summer. And my husband coaches football, and I am team mom by default. So the purple bag, the bigger purple bag is mine, and in there is pretty much anything you will need for your sport event as team mom, or just a mom in general. Things that I've learned along the way that I've needed, and things that you wouldn't think that you need, like shoelaces. Like you need a shoelace because if it breaks, what are you going to do? So we have shoelaces in there. My daughter's little purple bog bag, knockoff bog bag, is packed with coloring things and snacks. Obviously, she will bring her makeup and do her makeup, at either if we're at a baseball tournament, but again, she cheerleads, so it's a little different at football. And so that's what I'm cleaning out. That's what I am trying to condense down, because that season right now is over for us. And I know of course, we have if you've seen more going on before, but the crazy my dogs busy are literally always practice for 10 around me, next to me, on top of me, in my lap. That is Bear. Diesel tinkers in at some point in time. But if you are a sports mom, a team mom, or whatever, what are some things that you have in your bag that is a must, and something that you're like, I didn't think that I would need until I needed it? For example, me and the shoelaces. What are some things that you swear by that you're like, yes, you 100% need this? So some of the tricks that I've learned personally for myself, because I'm pretty sure I have undiagnosed ADHD, and I would like, and I still do it, but I'm again trying to retrain my brain, is I would walk like one thing to the garbage or one thing to another room when there's multiple things that need to be thrown away or brought to a specific room. I am making piles. And the one pile you see with the water bottles, that is all sports related things, extra mouth guards. Again, that goes along with being a team mom. Mouth guards, gloves, gloves that we've accumulated because kids leave at the field and we pick it up. And then the dogs, of course, are nosy because they smell snacks. Also, I have a garbage pile that I didn't grab. Usually I grab a garbage bag just to make it a little bit neater while I'm cleaning, but I didn't at this time. I just was like, screw it, I'll be fine. So those are some tips that I personally have learned, and I know that seems so simple, but for somebody that's super overwhelmed, that is one thing that helps me, is I just make select piles for garbage and other rooms. What are some areas in your own home that feel super overwhelming to start? Me personally, I have a lot of areas in my house that I'm like, this, like, I want to get this done because I hate looking at it, but then I just freeze and I feel overwhelmed. But I'm just starting somewhere, because in order, action is momentum. So that is what I'm keeping in the back of my mind, is you need to start somewhere, because it just will be the domino effect. And to take action, you're taking momentum, and it's better than nothing. But again, what are some areas in your own home that you feel super overwhelmed to start? Oh, look, here comes Diesel. He's going to come here and he is going to nudge my arm and be like, girl, pet me because you're not doing nothing. it's always, he thinks I'm always not doing anything. So, any event, you always have to take a pet break for your sweet dogs, and you can't forget any of them. Now I'm just going to get up and, after I pet Bear, and take things to where they need to go. Mainly, most of the stuff is going up to my daughter's room, so that's where it's going. The sports items are going into our garage where they should have been in the first place, but we won't go there because it always ends up in my house. And of course, as a mom, somehow you are the default restocking girl. I live outside of Buffalo, New York, and if you know anything about being next to a Great Lake, is you have a very unpredictable winter season, and we pretty much have our winter coats out from October to May, and that is no joke, unfortunately. So this is where they get dumped off, and again, there's more outdoor items inside of my house anyway. And so I always spray down my kids' backpacks and coats with Microban, and even my own and the car seat, because ain't nobody got time to be sick. So I did have a comment on one video that they're like, "Oh, you took out your garbage bag." Okay, so I save all of my garbage until the end, and I actually will legitimately take it outside to our garbage can. And instead of me going out a bunch of times, I'll just put it by the door or put it in one spot in the kitchen, and I'll just take it at the end. So this TV, okay, so don't mind my tchotchke idea with painter's tape to hide cords, because our house, so this den is an addition to our house, and we can't really run cords through the wall because it's like the exterior wall. So I'm just tchotchkeing it and using painter's tape to keep everything on the back of the TV. Anyway, I am going through the kids' winter gloves and hats, because like I said, we need them this time of year. And I do need some storage suggestions. I usually just like put them in a basket by either on this stand or by the other table. But I just need a different idea. So if you have any, let me know. I started cleaning, I call it cleaning, but it's just all into one, super early on a Saturday morning. My husband had to work at I think he left the house at 4:30. So I started this at 5:30. I showered, got ready, and then I started because I wanted that time before my kids got up, and lo and behold, the baby got up shortly after. And I personally, I love my children, but honestly, it's way easier when I am not trying to play defense with them and then I'm trying to use my brain with, sorting, what am I doing next? What's the plan here? That's another tip I have. If you're able to get up before your kids, to even just spend 15-20 minutes taking, knocking a drawer out of your kitchen or your bathroom or a cupboard or whatever. I mean, that to me, I'm better in the morning personally, because at night I literally just want to like sit and watch TV. And I know that sounds so bad, but I just want to just reset my brain and just get ready for the next day, make a plan, and just enjoy some time alone. I did clean my desk off, but there were a lot of personal papers that I didn't want all of my information spewed all over the internet. Vacuuming for me is the final thing in any quote unquote project that I'm doing. So I fully enjoy it because it's like I feel like I've accomplished something major. And whatever I need to do to tell myself to continue, even though it's like it's vacuuming, why do you feel like it's something major? It's just like it's just the end. And it's just, once again, the feeling of accomplishment. So vacuum away, friends. That's pretty much going to do it for today's video. I so appreciate you hanging in there with me until the end. And if you are still here, leave me your favorite winter emoji, whether that's a snowman, a Santa, a Christmas tree, a snowflake, skiing, whatever you'd like to leave me. Leave me your favorite winter emoji and follow me, subscribe. I love it because I, once again, am taking my house back. So I hope you have a wonderful day and take care, friends.